started to look at some executives and just kind of shadow them for a couple of days at a time. I'd read an article, literally read an article about an executive in a newspaper locally there in Southern California, and I'd find that person's phone number, call them, and say I was fascinated by the article. Can I come shadow you for a day? So when you're a young kid, people love to talk about themselves, right? People love to talk about what they do, and they're proud about what they do. So when you go into the mentor and mentoree kind of a relationship, you've just got to take a step back and just listen and absorb. So many people want to be so active in just talking and relating to whoever they're around. And I got to tell you, shut up. If you just sit there and listen and watch and think in your own mind and ask the right questions at the right time, you can learn so much. But people just sometimes they just have so much they have a harder time listening than they do talking, and that's huge. That's been huge for me my whole life.
Man, that's powerful, man. I could actually use some of that. That is
There you
powerful.
go.
I mean, and that is powerful, man. Like, really, that really is so powerful. And I mean, that kind of goes into my next question. Kind of mentors. I mean, who would you say, uh, two people, who inspire you, and why, they're admirable to you? Why do they inspire you?
Wow. I got to be honest with you. It's hard to narrow down to two people because I've got mentors in every area of my life. Um, I'm going to use the two most obvious for right now. When I was about 12 years old, I met a guy that kind of became my dad. I grew up without a dad, so he kind of became my dad, and he was a local police officer. And him and his wife kind of took me in as almost their own child in a way, and included me as a part of their family. And Bill, the police officer, was just a tremendous guy, and he helped me go from a child, to a young adult, and that was such a huge transition. He did such a phenomenal job doing it. And then, present day, I've got a mentor that I get advice from almost on a weekly basis. His name's Dick, and he's a multi-millionaire. He actually started out as an attorney, built a telecommunications company, decided to take it public, ended up doing a merger and acquisition, and selling out of the company with the golden parachute, about 10 years ago. So he's very smart. He's very entrepreneurial. He's got the attorney mindset. He's got the business acumen. So I rely on him a lot. He has been there through good times and through bad, and he has been an incredible resource through all of them.
Excellent, man. Well, thank you very much for that answer. I just wanted to kind of find out more about you and who inspires you and why. And then my next question, more about inspiration. I know you have your book out, The Maverick Millionaire. What inspired you to write your book?
You know what inspired me to write that book was so many people looking at me. I always got those weird looks, exactly like you were saying. You're young, you're getting out of the Bentley GT, and people are going, what the hell? This doesn't make sense. And if they weren't thinking that, they were going, aha, rich daddy's boy.
Yeah.
And I didn't like either one of them. And I wanted people to be able to take me seriously. So, hanging out with the older people that I did when I was young made me mature and interact like a 30-year-old when I was, 18 years old. But I still looked, I didn't even look 18. I looked probably like I was 14 or 15, right? Because I got that little baby face. So getting people to take me seriously was a really big deal. And I had to literally craft my entire life around credibility and people, looking at me as someone in their business world that's a peer and being able to interact with them on that level instead of, oh, it's just another kid, right? So I had so many people, asking me, Jordan, how did you do it? Tell me the story. I want to know everything about your life. Quite honestly, it just turned into like hours and hours of conversation with people all the time. I finally said, you know what, I'm going to put this into a book. I'm going to tell my story, but I'm also going to tell people how to go do it for themselves. And so that's what made me write The Maverick Millionaire.
Excellent, man. And then I see here, at this young age, a lot of people, they can kind of see, where they want to be at a certain age and, goals. Did you see this level of success for yourself this early on, or did you think it would be further out? Did you think it was going to be quicker? I mean, or did you visualize it like happening the way it did, or did it just all kind of come together?
Um, you know what? That's a complicated question, and I'm going to answer it like in a sort of complicated way. So bear with me for a minute.
Okay.
I wanted it earlier than I got it, right? Because you always want things to happen faster than they do. It doesn't matter if you're 20 years old, and someone tells you you're going to be a millionaire at 21. You can't wait till you're 21. You want it to happen now. And so, just by nature, I'm an impatient guy. I wanted it definitely before I got it. Did I envision it happening? Absolutely. Nothing can happen, nothing positive can happen in anybody's life, and I kind of believe nothing negative can happen in anybody's life unless they kind of see it, they visualize it. They put it in their mind as something that they want. So every day I would get up and all day long and all night long in my dreams, I would think about success and what I wanted in my life and where I wanted to be financially and where I wanted to live and the cars I wanted to drive and the people I wanted to be associated with and all that together. That vision kind of made it happen. If you had asked me at 18 years old, Jordan, would you be a multimillionaire at 25 years old, running in the circles that you're running in, doing what you're doing, would I have believed it? No. Would I have dreamt it? Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. I mean, if you dream it, believe it, and achieve it. I mean, 'cause you have to see it before it happens, or you just don't. Absolutely, man. I mean, and that's pretty. I mean, those. Wow, man. This interview, I might sell it for $1 million. Like literally, I mean, the information we got here today. I just want to kind of lighten it up right now because I know you do like fast cars, and just got a couple quick fun questions for you. And I know you know this answer because every guy knows the answer to this question. I mean, so what's the fastest you've ever been, and what car? Did you get in trouble for it?
Okay, I'll tell you how fast, and I'll tell you what car, but I'm not going to tell you where. It could be on a track, or it could be on a road, so I can't get arrested for it, right?
Yeah.
But I've done just over 180 miles an hour in my Lamborghini Gallardo.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, cool answer, cool car. Yeah, it's just pretty cool. So, and last quick fun question I have for you, Jordan. If you could select any three people in the world alive presently to have dinner with that you don't know personally right now, who would they be?
Oh man, that's a tough question. That's a really tough question. I think Warren Buffett would be number one. I think Bill Clinton would probably be number two. Oh man, you know what? That third one. That's really really tough. I think it might be Steve Jobs.
Apples are
I
cool.
think I think Steve Jobs, Bill Clinton, and Warren Buffett. That's my dinner.
Okay, that would be a powerful dinner, man. That would be a powerful dinner, and I bet you would probably just shut up and listen.
Exactly right. Trust me, there's nothing that can come out of my mouth that can educate them by any stretch of the imagination about anything. So, just sitting back and listening and absorbing the information, that's how I've gotten where I'm at. I've just absorbed information. I've learned from people. And I'm not so arrogant to think I can't do it, that I can do it on my own, that I'm smarter than everybody else. I listen to what everybody has to say.
Excellent, man. Well, I want to thank you so much for spending some time out of your day and just to speak to everybody out there. I mean, 'cause I know this is going to touch so many people that, kind of lost and don't know where to go, or even though they're already on the path. I just know people are going to get something out of it. And I know people are wondering, okay, man, where can I find this Jordan guy? Like, what upcoming projects do you have? I mean, basically, yeah, where can people find you? You got a website, book, or, yeah, all the good stuff.
Absolutely.